Y'all, we're gonna do a good old-fashioned throwdown. Today we got a brisket going down. We're gonna put one in the Woodfire Oven. We're gonna put one in the Woodfire Grill. Y'all wanna stick around for this one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cooking with CJ. I'm CJ. Welcome to my backyard. So glad you're here. Guys, we got a good one for you today. We have a brisket throwdown between the Woodfire Grill and the Woodfire Oven. You know I love a good throwdown, so let's get started, all right? I have one brisket. It's about 12 pounds, and I had to carve it quite a bit. It had the weird shark fin in the middle, lots of little fat here and there. Just odd shaped, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So I got it trimmed up as best as possible. Like I said, take off the fat, that silver skin, all that stuff that you don't want to eat. It's not going to render out. And then I cut it in half. Now, surprisingly enough, the way I cut it in half made it look like two tri-tips. So I don't know if that's just the California in me, but we made brisket tri-tips. There you go. So after we got those cut up, I did weigh them. Both over 4 pounds. I think we're off by like 6-7 ounces in there, one or the other. Guys, when I tell you we're gonna do this as unscientifically as possible, just trust me on it, guys. We got it as close as we could. Some might have more point, some might have more flat in it, but we're getting the gist of doing briskets in these wood fire devices, okay? We went ahead and seasoned them up. First thing we added was a soy sauce binder. Get both sides with that soy sauce, just like a teaspoon or so on each side. And then, rub it in. And then we're gonna season them up with a little Uncle Steve shake, SPG, the new All-American shake that Uncle Steve threw out. So I'll put a link down below for that. Check it out. No sugar, no MSG, just salt, pepper, garlic, baby. Good stuff. We're gonna see which one does a better barbecue on the brisket. I've done a couple on the Woodfire Grill. I'm eager to see what the oven does. I've already done some barbecue ribs in it. You can check that video up here. Very, very impressed with how the ribs turned out. So guys, the grill might be in a run for its money, all right? We have our twin TempSpike thermometer probes in there, the Bluetooth wireless ones, right? In each brisket. Okay, that way we're gonna monitor the temps. We're gonna go to about 165, 170 on the internal. All right, we'll have the Celsius underneath me. And then we're going to wrap them in tin foil. As they're cooking, I'll be giving them a spritz here and there with some W sauce in a water mix. Usually 1 part W sauce to water, to 4 parts water. Get in a square bottle. You want to get that bark forming, but you don't want it to burn on you. Don't want it to dry out so much. Once we get those wrapped and back into our smokers here, I'm gonna let them just finish up in the smoker setting, even though they won't be getting smoked. I'm gonna use 1 cup of pellets each. I don't think we really need to go much more than that. We're gonna let it go through the ignition process first, so we'll get that heavy duty white smoke burned off before we add our briskets in. If you've watched other videos that I've done with the brisket, I've let it get all the smoke right away. But I find that, it's hit or miss on whether it's like too much acrid smoke flavor as opposed to just adding extra smoke flavor. So today, we're just gonna let them go through the ignition process and then we'll add our briskets in. We got our grill plate on the grill, and then on the oven we have our little tray with the roasting rack in there. There is no grease catch on the oven here. There is one on the Woodfire Grill, so we're going to use that tray to catch any of the fat and juices rendered out and hopefully not make a big mess in the oven here. A little bit of talking, but that's all right. We got to get everything in my head out to you people. Well, not everything. You don't want to go up there. Anywho, let's get this thing started, get the pellets burning, and then we'll get the briskets on. Come on back. We're gonna use a little cherry wood pellets. We got these from Louise at the Salt and Pepper. Think they'll go good with our briskets. Well, that's a little too much in there. Let me take some out. Same over here. Same cherry wood pellets. All right, we're gonna set up the Woodfire Oven first. We're gonna go to the smoker setting. We're gonna do 275 today. Want to go a little more hot and fast with these bad boys. Timing wise, let's move this up. Let's go 8 hours. I don't think it's going to take that long, but it saves us a little hassle. Let's hit start. Go through the ignition process. Same thing over here on the wood fire. Turn it to the smoker setting. Temp 275. And time will take to 8 hours. All right, hit start. We're gonna let it go through the ignition process. Come on back and we'll throw the briskets in. All right, we got smoke rolling on both of them. Almost time to get the brisket. The Woodfire Grill is ready to go first. Whew, smoky. I have no rhyme or reason on which one goes where. I'm just putting them in as we go. Shut this one down, get the oven open. Whew, the cherry wood is smelling good. Now guys, you can put a little water in the bottom of this pan if you want, kind of help keep it a little moist. But there's a fairly decent fat cap on here, and that's gonna help kind of render down and keep it moist in here. All right, let's shut this in, shut that up. Guys, the briskets are in the wood fires. The way I set it up is the fat cap running up. Most of the heat in these wood fires are gonna come from the top down. We want to protect the good brisket meat in there, let that fat kind of absorb that heat and render into the brisket too, right? So nothing left to do but wait. Smells so dang good out here. We'll come back and check on these in about an hour. Other than that, guys, stick around. Team, it's been about an hour. Let's take a look at this one. Now I'm gonna put a picture of the current temperature, and this one is showing 120-ish degrees in there, 122 right now, and it is showing a lot hotter ambient temperature in there. I think it's 290, even though we have it set at the 275. See? So it's just catching a little extra heat in here. That's all right. Let's check out the one at 275. This one's temping out at 111. Let's take a look. And beautiful crust going on there. Not too shabby. So you can see the seam in there. You got the point and the flat. I'm gonna rotate these briskets a little bit just to keep even cooking, but looking all right. All right, we'll come on. All right, we got them flipped around. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a little spritz. I told you we got a little W sauce and water in there. We're just gonna keep building these barks, make them look pretty. So on this one, you can see the seam. So the top part over here is the point. The rest of it is the flat, and it comes all the way up there. Just interesting how they kind of trimmed up this brisket. But guys, we're coming up on 2 hours. This particular brisket has reached 170. Other one is at 140 or so. I'll put the overlay of it so you can see. It's looking good. The bark is setting, not bad. We'll give it a little spritz down, and we'll take a look at the one in the oven. So this one has a bit more fat, so you're gonna see it come up to temp a little bit sooner, but that's okay. We're gonna be worried about probe tenderness when we're done, but it is looking gorgeous. Here is our other brisket, looking gorgeous. I'm gonna rotate it one more time, and I'll move the other one around too. Just wanna keep a nice even cook on them, but it's looking great. We'll give this one a spritz too. We're gonna keep an eye on these. We'll pull them pretty soon and give them a wrap. This dinosaur head. This one's ready to wrap too. Bark, good color. Let's get them finally up to temp. It's about 170 in the Woodfire oven. Now the Woodfire Grill is at 196 right now. So we're pumping up the heat in that Woodfire Grill. So I think that's gonna be done a lot sooner than the oven, okay? I went ahead and changed up the settings from my twin TempSpikes there to my brisket setting. I set it for 210. Probably not gonna let it go that high, but it just lets me kind of set it and forget it, and it goes to 210. I'll get an alert on there and like, hey, stupid, go get your briskets. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these briskets inside the house and get them wrapped up in some tin foil. We're gonna use a little of this Wagyu beef tallow, okay? And I'll put a link down below for it. It's become all the rage on all the barbecue channels, and the hype is worth it, okay? It actually adds a great amount of flavor and texture of fat and umami and all that good stuff to your briskets, especially since this brisket started out as a choice brisket, so it doesn't have all the fat and marbling that like a prime or a Wagyu would have. Putting that tallow in there makes it all the better, okay? We're gonna take the TempSpikes out, get the Wagyu fat on the top of these things, wrap it up tight, TempSpikes back in, and then we're gonna come back out here and add them back to the grill and to the oven. We'll get these bangs back on in a sec. Come on back. All right, time to get these bad boys back on. There is the oven brisket. Got our Woodfire Grill brisket back on. We'll shut them down. All right, we'll come on back when we're ready to pull them Y'all, I don't think I could have planned that any better. 208, 207, we're going. We're gonna pull them. Let's check the probe tenderness. I tell you, these things are smelling so dang good. All right, it's going in nice. All right, we're gonna pull this one. We're over here on the Woodfire Grill. Check the, oh yeah, baby. Like butter, baby. So there's our timing wise too. So about 4 hours. Now we're gonna pull these off and let them rest for at least an hour. All right, we're gonna take them in the house, cover them with the towel, let them rest for at least 1 hour. A little bit longer won't hurt nothing. Let these rest for about an hour and a half. Got our Dalstrong brisket slicing knife here. These are still pretty warm. Got plenty of juice in them. Beautiful bark. This one is off the oven. I'm gonna open up the other one over here. All right, here's our other one. Kind of looks like the dinosaur head. This is from the Woodfire Grill. All right, let's get this on the board. Try to keep all those juices in there. That one on, other one on. Guys, these are gonna be kind of tough to slice up normal, but we will do our best. I'm just gonna cut this one right down the middle here. Slicing like butter. I don't wanna squeeze the brisket, but we got the good juiciness in there. Get a couple good slices off of this one. It's got like the little shark fin of a point here. Look at that bite right there. Saving that one. That one's on mine right there, baby. Let's take a look at this one. This one is mostly flat, but we got a little bit of point back here. But we did leave that nice fat cap over it. I'm gonna cut these against the grain. It's too juicy. Take a look at this one. Nice and juicy. We got our bend test right there. Give it a pull. Beautiful, perfect. This one's from the Woodfire Oven. This one's from the Woodfire Grill. I'm gonna finish slicing this up and we'll give them a try. Y'all, we're done. We're sliced up. Mrs. CJ is over here behind camera. She's gonna give it the taste test. She's gonna be the official taste tester. See what we really like. All right. Sides are coming later. Sides are coming later.
I need sides with my brisket.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Right.
Go ahead, try
what
one.
Am I trying?
Try that one.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna try the same one together. This is from, and I'll put it all right here. All good.
That's really good.
A good breakfast. Good. It's a good brisket. It's a good brisket.
Good brisket.
That's a good brisket. All right.
This is the other one?
This is the other one. Cheers.
I like the first one better.
I think so too.
Is there a bad answer? There's no bad answer.
No bad answer. I think the first one has more smoke.
And that one feels a bit dry.
All right, guys. So Miss CJ picked the Woodfire Oven brisket. Okay.
All right.
The Woodfire Grill brisket you said was a little dry.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little dry.
Okay. I don't feel that way because I took a big bite of the point, but I agree with you. I think the Woodfire Oven piece is better.
Taste.
Better smoke. Better. Yeah, I think it's better smoke.
Better flavor.
Better flavor. Yeah. I mean, we use the same seasoning, same everything.
Well,
Jump.
maybe it's the smoke. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah. I don't use the smoke. All right, guys. You heard it here first.
can I eat more?
Sure. You heard it here first. Guys, the Woodfire Oven brisket was the better of the two. Again, this wasn't the most scientific way of doing things. This is just kind of how we do little throwdowns. We throw them in there, we make them work. Is what it is, all right? One thing I did notice is that when I wrapped the brisket from the Woodfire Grill, the temperature on it was a little bit higher. You know, I told you it was, you know, the temp was way off. I ended up moving the thermometer, and I think I was in a bit of a fatty piece, so that temperature was a lot higher. So when I moved that thermometer and put them back in the wood fires, the internal temp calmed down, and that's how I was able to get them to finish at the same time. So turned out really well. You can't go wrong with either, but if you get that Woodfire Oven, I think the brisket turned out better, and Miss CJ agrees, and that's all that matters. Okay,
That's true.
she's happy, the whole world's happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Such bullshit. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you guys want to get one of these Woodfire Ovens or the Woodfire Grill, I'll have links down below to Ninja Kitchen. They're affiliate links. They don't cost you anything more to use, but to help out your boy. Also, I'm gonna put links down below from my Woodfire Grill E-Cookbooks. If you wanna check those out. I don't have one yet for the oven, We got to get through a lot more cooks on it before I start trying to develop a cookbook for it. But it'll come out eventually, all right? For knives, cutting boards, merch, all that stuff I use in my videos, again, there's links all down below. If you want to become a show producer like all these awesome people scrolling in front of the screen, the people that love them a good brisket and would eat either one of these, but will probably agree with Mrs. CJ that the Woodfire Oven brisket turned out better. What can I say? Hit that join button right next to the subscribe button, which you should have already hit by now. But other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Cheers.